Hello, Marcadores Football Fan TV. This is the starting 11 show for Portugal versus the Republic of Ireland tomorrow night in the World Cup qualifiers in Faro. We're obviously coming up against a tough side in Portugal, and it's going to be a very, very hard game. And obviously, it was very hard to pick a team considering our options at the moment of who we could actually have playing this game. But I've decided to pick a team based on what I think could go out there and try and get some sort of result. It's not going to be easy, we all know that, but we can just hope. So I'm going to start off in goals with Gavin Bazoon, who I think of the keepers that were called into the squad, he's probably performing the best of them. Kelleher's not playing because Allison's ahead of him in the pecking order, and if he probably was playing, I would have chosen him in this case. But Bazoon, he's obviously moved from Shamrock Rovers to Man City, and he's been on loan moves, but he would have been in and around some of these Portuguese players and know them as well, obviously within training and stuff like that before his loan moves and when he was away with City on pre-season friendlies and so on. So I think Bazoon will have a better kind of understanding and idea of what to expect from this Portuguese side, and he might have some inside secrets from training about this side as well. So I think having Bazoon playing there, because we've no Darren Randolph, Mark Travers would have been probably next in terms of playing at the level in terms of the championship. But I just think Bazoon, he's been brilliant for Portsmouth so far this season, and I think he is the obvious candidate to start there for me. So I'm going to go with Gavin Bazoon in goal. I'm going to stick with a back three with wing backs as well. So my back three will consist of the right side, Shane Duffy, who's starting the season brilliantly back at Brighton after a disastrous spell with Celtic last season, but he started the season really well with Brighton, 2 man of the match performances and a goal as well. So it's just great to see him start the season off again brilliantly. It's like a fresh start for him, and he just seems to be carrying a good bit of confidence into this international break, which, you know, a couple of seasons ago he was our best player and he was our most dependable player. So it's great to have him back and high on confidence again. So I think it makes sense to have him back into the side there and you know, end that myth that he can't play out from the back, because he's shown that with Brighton so far this season. In the centre of the centre backs, I'm going to go with John Eagan. I think he's played that position with Sheffield United, knows that position very well in the back three, and I think it makes sense to have him in there alongside Duffy. I think he's our best defender in terms of an out-and-out defender. He's good on the ball, and he's just a very good player in my opinion as well. I just think him and Duffy have a good understanding going back to their earlier days at international level as well. So I just think that they have a good understanding. And then to the left, I'm going to have Darryl O'Shea. Again, he's just slotted in seamlessly to this Ireland team. And, you know, our strength is obviously our defence, but he's just slotted in and he's been brilliant. He started the season really well with West Brom as well, scoring a couple of goals as well. I think he'll be dangerous from a set piece. I think all three of them would be dangerous on a set piece if they are to be selected. But again, this is just a team I would like to see start. So whether Stephen goes for that or not, I'm not sure. But I just think that those three give us the best balance, and Darryl O'Shea, he's played left back a couple of times, so I just think he naturally could cover that area for the wing back in front of him then as well if needs be. So I just think those three give us a nice solid just back line just to work from. And then right wing back, I'm going to go with Seamus Coleman. Again, he started the season really well with Everton. Rafa Benitez seems to really like him as well, as all his other managers that have worked with him as well always seem to like Seamus Coleman. What he brings to the team, leadership, commitment, you know, he's going to always have a solid game, and I just think him there in that right wing back position makes sense. And obviously he's our captain. I think he captains the side as well. Then left wing back, we're going to go with Matt Doherty. I just think he's the obvious person to play there. He's played there in the past. He knows that position. Again, we speak about knowing Portuguese teams, so he'll know some of those players as well, Neves and Moutinho and stuff if they play. So he'll know them, even the keeper Patricio as well. So he'll know a lot of these players as well. So I think it'd be vital to have him on the pitch as well and just have that experience knocking around the pitch as well. So I think that makes sense to have him in and around the team as well. And then in midfield, I'm going to have Josh Cullen as that sitting midfielder, just to come in and drop deep, pick up the ball, take it on the half turn and try and get us started in whatever attacks that we try to start, and hopefully we can. But yeah, I think having Josh in there, he's playing with Anderlecht, he's been playing Europa League up until recently enough. He's really done well since he's got that move to Anderlecht, and yeah, I just think it makes sense. He's done well in the last international break, and you know, despite results, he was one of our better players. And I think Stephen trusts him now, and I think he can bring him into the side. And you know, you trust him to come in and play that role, and I think he will probably start against Portugal, yeah. And then the two midfielders I've had ahead of them, I'm going to go with Conor Herrera in this case, because I just, again, we have a lot of midfielders that aren't playing at the moment. Harry Arthur, Jason Malumbi, Jeff Hendrick and so on. So a lot of the midfield aren't playing. Jamie McGrath probably is, and he looks like he's about to move as well to Middlesbrough. It might have happened by the time this is out. But yeah, so I think my midfield will consist of Conor Herrera and Jason Malumbi. I think Malumbi will give us that energy to get about the pitch and stuff like that. And again, Conor Herrera will give us that control on the ball. He might decide to play it safe a lot of the time, is the only thing I would say. But set piece delivery could be vital. Again, I spoke about the three at the back there that we have that could be coming up for set pieces, that we may just nick a goal. You just never know with this team. So I think having Herrera in there would make sense ahead of maybe Hendrick or Arthur, who would probably be in there if they were fit maybe. But I think Malumbi as well, he's someone who looks like he needs game time, and if he can replicate the kind of form he showed against Serbia that time, where he had played in a long time, he came in and he done very well against Serbia. So and when he went off, then we kind of capitulated, I felt anyway. So I think with those three in midfield, that gives us a good balance overall. So you're going 3-5-2, and then up front I'm going to go with Adam Eagan. I just think he gives us that physicality that we probably lack, and he might be able to get hold the ball up for us and make it stick and get us up the pitch, and hopefully he can, because we need to be getting bodies forward when the ball comes up to us. We can't have a big gap from our midfield to our attack. So I think having Adam Eagan in there makes a lot of sense. And you know, he's quick, he's agile, he can get in behind as well, and he's good in and around the box and stuff like that. I think we missed him in the last kind of international break. So I'd go with him, and I'd go with Troy Parrott then beside him. And look, there's other players there that you might feel hard done by missing out there, but I just think with Troy starting the season really well, Stephen seems to like him, and he played him. Well, he basically played him even when he was playing poorly, and he called him up even when he was playing poorly. But he really believes in Troy's talent as well, and it looks as though I think Stephen will go with Troy ahead of maybe Aaron Connolly. Aaron Connolly might be playing at a better level, but he's just not scoring at the moment. But I think having Aaron Connolly off the bench is a great option to have, and I would love to see one of these lads get their well, I know Troy got his first international goals against Andorra, but I would like to see maybe Aaron get his first international goal, or Adam as well, or maybe Troy even as well, as a competitive goal as well. So it'd be great to see us maybe get a goal or two. I don't really see it happening. I think maybe one goal or a 0-0 probably the best outcome we could possibly be looking at, but you can let me know if you feel differently. Let me know your thoughts on that team. What do you think of it? Would you have a better team? Would you change the formation? What would you line up against this Portuguese side? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll speak to you soon. Take care.